Almost every third child in South Africa is sexually abused. Like this 9-year-old, this is the bed she was raped in by a neighbour. She found refuge in Thabisile Mzani's house. For years now, the 50-year-old has been taking in children off the streets. Today, she's got 56 young children and youths under her roof. Young children were taught earlier that they would have a better life than their parents. Most of these children have been abused, not just by their fathers, relatives and neighbours, but also from men suffering from AIDS, who believe that they can cure themselves by having sex with children.
He took me to the room and he slept with me.
And what did you feel?
I felt so bad, and the next day I was sick. I couldn't go to the doctor because our clinic is very far.
Every Friday, maybe when they are drunk in the farms, they can sleep with the small girls. Some of the small girls that I know are pregnant now. Some of them are mothers.
The children never forget their trauma.
Here at Gainesville High School, a 14-minute racist rant produced by two girls.
According to most of the kids on campus, they're not welcome here anymore.
But this duo's YouTube moment is far from over.
We use actual words. Black people do not.
I was like, are you serious?
The racism is just wrong, in my opinion. I don't like that.
And neither do school administrators.
The students are leaving Gainesville High School and will not be students here. There's no place for that in the Alachua County public school system, and in my opinion, no place for that in society in general.
The girls don't stop with comments toward their classmates. They go on to insult the Gainesville Police Department, whose officers are now protecting them from death threats.
They probably would have gotten beat up if they were still here, just because, I mean, there probably would have been white people jumping them. We don't do racism in this school. We're all one in this way. There's no greater storm than the hurricanes, and this isn't going to break us down. This isn't going to pull us apart. We don't let two people speak for 1,000 people. That's not how we do.
Some bigot came in the middle of the night, skulking around the neighborhood, putting this on people's cars. I was just completely shocked. I thought this stuff belonged back in the 1950s with the KKK.
Greg Stanforth was one of many in several neighborhoods who got the flyers. They're laced with racial slurs, but what makes these even more unusual is that they go even beyond that by exploiting the deaths of two teenagers here. Their family's still in shock. Last week, Amanda Borsos was shot and killed by her teenage boyfriend, Troy Penn, who then turned the gun on himself.
They're allowed to do it. But as far as I'm concerned, that was wrong to put that paper
out. Your father kills your mother to be with his pregnant girlfriend he's known about 2 months. How does a child ever get over that?
That is tonight's top story. We're talking about the Roseboro murder, in which a Lancaster County funeral director is serving life in prison for killing his wife in their backyard pool 4 years ago.
Well, the 4 Roseboro children lost their mother while they were sleeping and have a father who will never come home. They invited me to that home to share how they're trying to turn so much sadness into something good.
They block out the negative and they accentuate the positive. And I think that's how they're surviving. You know, you just hope and pray that they grow to be healthy adults.
The good part is that my dad's still here, and the bad part is my mom's not.
Right away, I noticed the hostile, environment, hostility emanating from my manager, and the disparity of treatment that he gave not only to me, but some of my other female teammates.
Today, a federal jury awarded her and 11 other women $250 million, finding that Novartis managers systematically discriminated against them in pay and promotions. Another trial witness claimed her boss showed pornography and invited female employees to sit on his lap.
Equal employment opportunity laws are important, and that the American people will not tolerate having their wives and their mothers discriminated against in the workplace.
A recent school survey found that 9 out of 10 lesbian, gay, or transgender kids are harassed at school, and that gay students are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide. Now celebrities are reaching out, offering support to kids who might not get it from their parents, friends, or church.
It gets better.
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 There's hope and there's help.
People are here for you. People who care and understand.
It may be the darkest time in the world for you, but you need to understand that there is hope. There's always hope, and there is always help.
Dan Savage is a columnist and the brainchild behind that YouTube sensation, That Campaign. It Gets Better. He's joining us now via Skype from Chicago. So, Dan, where did this idea come from? How did you get everyone to participate like you did?
I was reading about the suicide of Justin Aberg in Minnesota, and shortly thereafter the suicide of Billy Lucas in Greensburg, Indiana, and I had the reaction that gay adults typically have when we hear these stories, which is, I wish I could have talked to this kid for 5 minutes and been able to tell him that it gets better.
The wound heals, but it never does. That's 'cause you at war with love. You at war with love. These battle scars don't look like they're fading. Don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles. Never let a wound ruin me, but I feel like ruins wooing me. Arrow holes that never close from Cupid on a shooting spree. Feeling stupid 'cause I know it ain't no you and me. But when you're trying to beat the odds up and trying to keep your nods up, and you know that you should know and let it go, but the fear of the unknown hone another lover's phone sends you back into the zone. With no Tom Hanks to bring you home, a lover not a fighter on the front line with a poem.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. And she tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne, and she cut you.